Marty Chinesky here, along with my good buddy Ken Brown, and we are your hosts of Local Sports Wrap-Up. Today is Tuesday, the 5th of March, 2024. Mr. Brown, it's been a week since I saw you. Anything exciting happen this last week?
No, not for real.
No?
Basic chasing kids around, baseball, basketball, softball, volleyball. Doing that, feeling good about that. And I got a trip planned to Vegas in a couple weeks.
I'll be in Vegas in early May. When
Oh,
are you
yeah?
going?
I'm
Birthday
going-
time?
No, my birthday's next week, but March
Madness.
20th.
March Madness. That's
baby.
Ken's annual trip.
Oh, love it.
He loves that.
Yeah. Wake up at 9 o'clock, they're hooping. You can put something on it. And then by the time you go to bed, they're hooping. You can put something on it. Can't beat it, man.
You
Beautiful
got
time.
at the Rio again? Gonna be?
The Rio actually got sold.
Yes, it did.
So I think we're at the Horseshoe or something
Oh,
like that.
okay. Right
So,
on the corner.
Yeah.
That was the original MGM Grand.
Was it?
Yeah, and then it was Bally's.
That's what I recall it as,
Yeah.
Bally's. Yeah. So no, we're looking forward to that. That's in a couple weeks.
That'll be fun.
Yes, sir.
Big time fun. Well, I spent my time in the bowling alleys.
Okay.
We practiced Tuesday, we practiced Thursday, and then we bowled Saturday. And let's talk about our two Wyandotte boys first, boy
Okay.
and girl, I'm sorry. Tommy Bain and Megan Murray. Tommy Bain made it to the finals. He had a good, let's see what we got here, boys division. He made it through. He shot 1231, so he averaged 205. 205 for 6 games. His high game was 235. His low game was $170. It took 1,200 on the nose for 6 games to be the top 16 in the qualifying, and that was a tie.
Okay.
And the only thing they used for the tiebreaker is the 16th spot, or in the first spot, I believe, for seeding. Otherwise, the tiebreaker is your high game. And the one kid, Ben Propikek from Grand Haven, he ended up winning the roll-off, 204 to 195. So he was the 16th seed.
Okay.
Tommy was seeded 9th. And then in the brackets, what happened, first they put 4 on a pair. So you got the 1 and the 16 and the 8 and the 9 bowling together.
I see that.
So Tommy was bowling this Brady Penninger, and he come out the gate really kept missing a head pin right, shot 146. He was 36 down after one game. He was 36 down. And then he started to come back the second game. And then Brady finished first, and he opened in the 10th. He opened the door for Tommy. Tommy had a strike up in the 9th.
Okay.
He could strike out for 208. If he shoots 208, he wins by 38.
Wow.
Yeah, and he throws the first one, buries it. Boom. 10 in the pit. And then he doesn't throw the ball for a while. When I talked to him at our banquet, he said his finger locked up. It cramped. And he said he stood back there for like 3 minutes trying to, and then he went up there and he made a good shot. He left a 4-pin, and that was it. He was done.
He was done, even if he spared out?
Yeah.
Spared the 4?
Yeah,
Okay,
because
couldn't
he
do it.
needed a double in the 10th.
Gotcha.
He needed 29 to win. He got 20.
Got you.
So he lost his match by a mere 9 pins, which is unfortunate. But he did get there, and that's always good. Last year he bowled, he didn't get there. So it was nice that he got in. A kid from Utica Eisenhower is the Division I champion, and that is the first Utica Eisenhower kid to get there.
Yeah, congratulations to Dylan Harden, right?
Yeah.
Dylan Harden.
And the funny thing was the 16th seed took down the 1 seed. He rolled. He rolled all the way. Ben Propek. He rolled all the way. He took down the kid that beat Tommy, and he rolled all the way to the finals. And down on the bottom, the 15th seed took down the 2 seed, and he rolled all the way to the finals. And the one year Angelita qualified 15th, she took the 2 seed down, and she lost the next round. But yeah, both the high seeds made it to the final too.
I think it's a good indication just because it is Cinderella because a 15 beats a 2 or 16 beats a 1 in this case. However, it's just going off that 6-game total, right? So you don't know. You could have a couple bad ones, just like we know Tommy Bain's not normally bowling a 146.
No.
And if he doesn't bowl that 146, we're not even having that conversation
No.
with that first round. He's advanced on. So no, I love it, man. The thing about that 16 kid, that Ben, he just got hot, right? So he bowls he started out, like you said, with a 375. Then he bowled a 383. Then he bowled a 447.
Yeah.
He just got hot.
And he was 375 when he lost. And there was a one-pin match going into the second game, so it was anybody's game. And that 16 seed just had a one-game roll-off to get there.
Yes, sir.
And he won that one by a mark, 204 to 195. I watched part of that, and he needed to make a 7-pin left-handed. He left a ring in 7, and he needed to make it to win. He right in the center of the pin, man. Knocked it down like it was nothing. But look at the 18th place. The stud for Gibraltar Carlson, Jordan Bryson.
Okay.
Look what he missed by.
One pin.
One pin. It's
From the roll-off even. Wow.
Yeah, one stick. And then there's another kid behind him, missed by a couple. I mean, after 6 games, it doesn't take much. You can find a pin anywhere. You can find a mark anywhere. You could find, you missed by 30 pins. You could find that somewhere.
Sure.
Over 6 games, that's 5 pins a game. So congrats to Tommy. He bowled good. And now to go to the girls' side. Megan Murray did a couple of things that she's been doing that she did in regionals, first of all. In regionals, she shot 208 or 7, I forget, and qualified 4th, but that was her lifetime high game.
207 or 8.
207 or
Okay.
8. I think it was 7, but it
Okay.
could have been 8. She ended up shooting 240 her third game. Another lifetime high.
Nice.
She's picking a good time to do these lifetime highs because when you're in the tournaments, that's when you want to excel.
Yeah.
And I gave her most improved on my team yesterday at our banquet because, bar none, she's been the most improved. In fact, she didn't average like on the sheet, final average sheet. She only averaged about 140 something. In regionals, she averaged 168 to get in. Here at the state finals, she, after 5 games, was averaging 185.
Wow.
Yeah, and then she had a poor last game. She struck on the left lane the first 3 times, but when she got to the right lane, she opened 2 out of 3. And you just can't score that way. And I think she knew she was out of it. It was unfortunate, but just funny how bowling works. She shot 100, and what'd she shoot her last game?
136.
136. And still averaged 177 for 6 games.
That's good.
You can't.
Especially for 140 average for the season, and then she comes in the clutch and steps up and gets 35 more pins per game.
And literally, I mean, the average to get in for the girls was 192, basically, to get in the 16th spot. And again, if I'm not mistaken, in the roll-offs, and anyway, Angelita beat all the downriver girls except 2. And a Lincoln Park girl that won our region, she finished strong, 201. Brianna Peters, she finished 201, 210, because she was way down there before that, and she jumped up to 27th.
Okay.
So she was the highest finisher, except there was one more, Amber Spicer from Belleville. She qualified 9th.
Okay.
But funny how things work. 16 seed took the 1 seed down again. And down at the bottom, that wasn't going to happen because there's a girl named Hannah Reed her parents run a bowling center. She was runner-up state finals last year or the year before, and coincidentally got all the way to the final game again to the girl that beat Amber Spicer the first round. Spicer had a bad second game, shot 128. But Emma Caldwell of Holt got all the way to the finals and beat Hannah Reed 362 to 359.
Wow.
3 pins. And it's funny because look at the score. The first game,
Yeah.
Hannah Reed shoots 216 to 158. I'm Hannah Reed. I'm thinking this match is over. I'm going to shoot another 200 game.
Right.
I got this girl beat. But Miss Reed shot 143 the second game, and Emma Caldwell came back after shooting 158, shot 204, and beat her fair and square, 362 to 359, winning the state championship for Holt as a 10th grader.
Wow. You know what the most impressive part to me is about that, Coach? The Emma Caldwell, whatever the case may be, she bowled her highest game of the day in that championship game, chasing the 143.
Is that right?
She bowled a 204. You know what I mean? Like, she hadn't bowled that all day. Right? Now, she had some good series, you know. She scored after the first series, she won 316 to 290. Then she had 365 to 359, so that was a nail biter. Then she won 332 to 326.
Wow.
So she wasn't scared of the close game.
No.
And then she went on to win the last one, 362 to 359. But she hadn't bowled over a 190 all day. She hadn't bowled over.
Not in the roll-offs. She was solid during the qualifying.
Okay. But she had bowled a 199 in the bracket play, was her highest, and then she needs a 204. She gets a 204.
Very cool.
That's amazing. For a 10th grader, that's great.
Yeah, she'll be back. So congrats to Miss Caldwell. Congrats to all the Downriver kids that made it to the finals. We had 4 from our Downriver League in there, and just being there is, you know, here's how we can look at it. That the girl on my team is now the Megan Murray is the 35th best bowler in the state of Michigan in Division I.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And it's really good. 35th, and if you look at the numbers, like even the top 16, there's 5 that were seniors, right? So they're gone.
Yeah.
Right? They're gone. So she's 31 at least, right? Coming back.
Yeah, one way to look at it.
Man, come on. You guys are doing well.
Where you want to go next?
Man, I'm a wrestler guy.
All right, we got a lot of wrestling to cover.
Wrestler guy.
You get us started there, sir.
All right.
Flyweights.
We go with the little bitties first.
Sure, why not? We'll talk about all the Downriver kids.
Definitely.
Fly through this.
But if you go through 106 pounds is where we start. Jason Clark from Allen Park.
41-5
41-5
on the season.
And he had a good day, right? He comes and he wins all the way into the finals.
Yeah, he gets knocked into the loser's bracket on the left there and ends up 4th. So a good showing for him. What does does it show their grades? I don't see.
I don't know if it
No,
should.
I don't
Maybe
see it
11.
on here.
But you know what's interesting? He was the top rated, right? He was the overall #1 seed if I'm reading this right, even when he lost, because that guy was a 4, right? And when he was a 1 here.
Oh, in the 4 brackets. That's how they broke them down.
Okay.
They got each of these groups of 16. They got 1 through 4 in each group.
So he goes to the losers bracket and he beats a kid from Rockford, Martin Rockford, and then he beats a kid from Lapeer, and then he beats a kid
Rochester
Adams, and then who did he lose to? Oxford.
Yeah. Well, what's this kid's first name from Oxford? Gavin Lewis. Anyway, congrats to Jason Clark.
Yeah,
Third place in the state.
Third in the state.
In Division I at 106 pounds.
Yeah.
Got no spot for a 106-pounder on the football team, do you?
Yeah, kicker. I think he's the kicker on the football team.
Nobody qualified in 113 from downriver. Guess what school won the state championship?
DCC.
DCC, yes. And actually DCC finished 3rd, 1st, and 3rd and 1st. So that takes care of the second flyweights, 113 pounds.
Yep. The next one's 120. The downriver representative is Santera Ramon, and he's out of Allen Park as well. He went on to go into the winner's bracket and won 2 games, right? 2 matches. Mm-hmm. But then he fell to Lefevre from Clarkston in the final. I guess that's the final 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, final 4.
Yeah, but he's over here. He got over to the
Oh, loser's bracket, because
Yeah.
in the Final Four he gets to
Yep.
play the consolation. So he won. He came in third?
Third
Third
in
place.
the state.
Can't beat that.
Santana Ramon. And funny, if you look at the winner's side, two Clarkston kids playing each other at 120 pounds.
Wonder how many times they had done that in practice.
Oh, all the
Yeah,
time.
he was tired of him. Yeah.
What was the score on that one? Does it say 10-8? It says 10-8. So they've been wrestling each other a long time. Nobody in 126. Guess what? Detroit Catholic Central won again. Kid named Fuchs at the 126 pounds. And 32, we got nothing either.
Nothing. But Heartland won. Change it up from CC. Heartland won the championship.
Good to hear.
Yep.
Now, we want to talk about our boy at 138.
Yeah.
He didn't have his A game.
Nah. Made a bold prediction last week that Gibbons would bring it on home, and he didn't. But he had a great season. If you look at it from that standpoint, we're still very proud of Gabe. 48-6 going into the match. He won the first one.
Yes, he did. 10-0 looks like.
Yep, 10-0. But then he ran into a force Pacheco, right? Like the Chiefs Pacheco. He runs into Pacheco from Davison, and he couldn't match Pacheco.
That was a 2-1 match.
2-1.
So they were scrapping but not scoring any points.
Yeah, they were grinding.
Yeah.
They were grinding.
Because don't they do like 3-5 minutes? Or
Yeah. Yeah, they had to be tired. But Mr. Gibbons went on to face
Owen Miller.
Miller from Grand Blanc. And then he lost that one too.
Got
And it
pinned.
says by a fall. So yeah, he got pinned. But we're super proud of Gabe. He showed up and showed out all year. So he, I don't know if you can even count what place he was in, but he made it to the second round of it.
Yeah, and I mean 48-6. Congrats, Gabe.
Yeah, nothing to sneeze
Representing
at.
well.
Grosse Pointe South wins that title.
And we have in the 144 pounders, the only representative downriver was Reese Brandt. Lost his first match, got to his second match, won that one, and then got knocked out in the third round of the losers bracket. But Reese Brandt, congrats. He was overall 41-13 from Woodhaven. Congrats on getting there.
That's right.
Nothing in 150, but you do have a guy that was 50-3. Guess what school?
Shamrocks,
Yeah.
Catholic Central.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
it's a
rolled.
thing.
He rolled right through the whole thing. Mason Stewart, he's 51, 52, 53, and 3 now.
Yeah.
53 and 3 now. And congrats to him.
Yeah, congrats.
No reps in 157. And the winner in that round, again from Detroit Catholic Central, was Darius Marines, and he was 50-0 in the season. Top seed right at the top of the board.
Yes, sir.
And he rolled right down that bracket. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
So he's 53-0 now.
And he was putting on a clinic, right? 14-3, 1-1. He won the championship 10-2, had a pin leading to that. Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah,
53-3. He's putting on a clinic. Yeah.
Here's how to do it at 157
This is how you do it, yeah.
I'm telling you. We got some representation here in 165. Couple of them.
Man, I thought we had a kid in 165, but
We got a Allen Park boy, Yassine Jaber. We talked about him.
Yeah.
Overall, he was 35-13, but the big dog up at the top, Mr. Taylor.
Zachary Taylor,
We talked about him last week too, because he rolled.
and he was 52-1 going into it.
Yeah.
Wow, Zach Taylor. Zach Taylor wins the first one, and then he beats.
Hitting the guy in 2 minutes and 22 seconds.
That's not bad. Hey, real quick, the guy from
So he
Romeo.
didn't get tired.
Not at all. He was ready for the matchup with Baldwin from Arthur Hill. He won that one by a pin as well. And then he beat the kid from Byron Center, which is close to Grand Rapids. Ottawa, the guy's name Ottawa, 9-5, he beat that one. But then it looks like he ran into a kid from Brighton and he lost. And I was in the championship, I guess, because
Yeah.
he's not even in the consolation round at all. So he came in second.
Yes.
Second in the state, 165. That's a great show, Zachary.
It
Great
certainly
show.
is. Yes, he now so he's 50. Well, he won 1, 2, so he's 54-2 on the season. Very good showing for him. And the kid that Brighton that beat him was 50-4 starting the day. So he certainly lost to a well-qualified opponent. On 175 pounds, the only rep downriver was Gryphon Allwell of Allen Park, who came in at 34-13 and lost his first match, and then got knocked out in the losers bracket his second match. But Gryphon, congrats for getting there.
No, Gryphon did a great job. Great job, Gryphon. And just to show you, couldn't sneeze at what he did. The guy that he lost to ended up being the state champ. The guy he lost to in the first round.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, Scott.
From
Yeah.
Kettering.
Yeah.
Dylan Scott.
Yep.
Well, no, that's okay. Nobody at 190, and we have the winner was from Clarkston, a kid named another top seed, came in 25-1, Brock Trevino.
Yeah.
Now we get to the Wyandotte reps at 215.
Here we go.
Yes, Stephen Androni. He was 34-8 on the season, won his first match, pinned the guy in 4 minutes and 49 seconds.
Showing that Wyandotte Bear spirit at that point in time.
Then he got beat, I don't know what that, a technical fall? What is that? I don't understand what that is. We got to learn our wrestling talk here. But he got knocked in the losers round, and he beat a kid from 4-3, a kid from Monteshore, whatever that is. And then he won that match. He played a kid from Hastings. He won that match, pinned him in 115. So he's in the last match to get to the 3 or 4 seed. And he loses to a kid from Heartland 8-7.
Yeah.
Devastating. So that basically puts him probably a tie for 5th. Yeah, because there'd be 2 guys losing. He'd be a tie for 5th.
And it's tough because he lost to pretzel, so he got wrapped into a pretzel, eh?
I guess.
Yes, sir.
I guess. But, good showing if you, let's say you're 5th.
In the state?
In the
That's
state.
beautiful.
You know how many wrestlers there are? Lots.
Lots.
How many bowlers there are? Lots. At least 500,
Yes, sir.
in each division,
No.
boys and girls.
Nothing to sneeze at. And at 215, that's a good weight. Good job, Stephen.
Last but not least, our heavyweight.
And we're looking for 285. Who's the 285? Is he going to do it?
Yeah, Zach Allman. We were pulling for him. But he started out, how did he start? He lost the first match in 2 minutes and 58 seconds to a kid named Brad Haver from Dakota.
Yeah. Largest school in Michigan.
Is it?
Macomb, Dakota.
You are full of minutia.
Yeah, just little things that nobody knows.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's okay. And then, so he lost the match, and he took on a kid from Lake Orion. He took care of him. Decision 1-0.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Yeah, that's another one where they're not getting any scoring done, but they're wrestling.
Yeah, they're playing defense and all that.
Then he was probably whooped.
Yeah, he's 285. He had to wrestle the whole match, right?
Yeah, and then he lost to 3-2 to a kid named Holmes from Davidson. So that kind of puts him in the top 10 in the state of Michigan, and it's nothing to sneeze at right there.
Nothing at all. Great job. We're rooting for you all the way, Zach. Good job.
Great job.
Yeah.
So that covers wrestling. We cover bowling. We do have a state champion in the Downriver area.
Allen Park?
Yes, it's Allen Park and cheerleading.
Ah.
Look at that. Why don't you
Allen
tell us something about that Allen Park team?
So I think that the most interesting part about it is downriver, we already know that there's going to be 2 teams that are in the championship in competitive cheer. And that's going to be Allen Park and Gibraltar Carlson. Those are facts, right?
Those are facts every year.
Yep. Out of the last 16 seasons, either Allen Park or Carlson has won the championship.
No kidding.
One of the 2 teams for the last 16 years. It's crazy to
It goes
even
back
think
to
about
2008.
it. Yeah, it is the craziest thing to think. So, going into the final round, the 3rd round, which Coach Julie Godwin from Allen Park calls the money round. because this is the one that highlights everything. It's the
From
one.
what I understand, they do more of their tosses and catches and all of that stuff.
Stunts.
And stunts in the third round.
Yeah.
And if you nail them, score goes up.
So going into the third round, Allen Park and Gibraltar Carlson are only 54 hundredths of away. So they're fractions of points away from each other at this point in time. So it's money round. She already told the girls it's money round. And guess what? They slammed it. The girls from Allen Park had a flawless routine, scored 322.4, the highest third round score at the finals since 2012.
Wow.
Which they were probably a part of more times than not, right?
Yeah.
The last 16 years, it was between them and Carlson.
Yeah.
So it was the highest scoring round since 2012.
That's interesting.
And that helped them pull away. And they had a final score of 793.34 and their fourth championship over the last 5 years. So congratulations to the Lady Jags competitive cheer team. They did their thing. They showed up. Coach Julie Godwin also, this is her 20th season,
Wow.
right? This is her 20th time in the finals.
Man.
She's like Red Auerbach on steroids or something.
Yeah, we got to wrap up pretty soon, but a couple facts about that. Woodhaven, right? Gibraltar Carlson. They were right in the mix, and then in their final round, they got slapped with an 8-point penalty. They must have had a drop.
Something.
Something slipped. That's all. You're going to wrap us up. Get a hold of us. Tell us about your kids. Carlton Airport finished runner-up. That is their highest final since finishing Class B runner-up in 2003.
Wow.
So good for them. They seems to think, the coach there, he seems to think that, that we're up and coming.
Yeah.
How long can Allen Park and Gibraltar Carlson be the top two teams? I mean, how long?
Yeah.
Who knows?
And it probably boosts their confidence because they came in second.
Correct.
That penalty knocked Carlson into fourth.
Probably that's the farthest they've been down ever in the last 16. Anyway, glad you could make it, sir. I'm going to run to the airport and pick my wife up. She just spent some time in Florida. Anyway, I'm Marty Chinesky. That's Ken Brown. We're your hosts of the Local Sports Wrap-Up. Get a hold of us. You know the email, localsportswrapup@gmail.com. All right, get a hold of me. Let me brag about your kids. And now we'll talk basketball next week. Districts are starting. Go Bears. And we'll see you next week.